having his army out here, and as we're going to see in a little bit, he's going to go for this very, very, very misguided, I'd say, attack on this Terran base. I don't agree with that at all, especially when you know that the Terran hasn't expanded yet and you have an expansion up. Like, you're already miles ahead, the worker count. There's no way Neck could know that. But when you have an expansion up and you don't have, your opponent doesn't even, you can't even see him building one, I mean, that should just make you so reassured to just, you know, go back to your base, keep control of the center watchtower here, just macro up and get some tech up and just get ready to crush that attack when it starts coming across the map, man, because you're going to do it, no problem.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since that, even though like I didn't agree with army positioning, he does know that there's no expansion and there's no expansion coming if at all. So the other thing is that he needs to be careful of that he sees the army composition of Secute, and if that thing comes down the ramp with the medevac support, the marauders, and the tank, his army is just gonna get crushed. Like I'm sorry, but he has no robotech down there, and it won't be able to take the damage from all those units. So yeah, he really needs to just go back, macro up, make sure his army is in a good position when the Terran finally comes to his front door. But yeah, focus on macroing up, getting the right units, because right now he's starting Colossus production, which is fantastic. Well, I think anyways, for this choice, because the opponent has no Vikings right now, and he's already started Ghost Tech, so it's perfect choice to go with Colossus, I believe.
All right, and so now we're gonna take another pause right here, as we see this brutal attack. I paused it at about 14 minutes there, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an absolutely wonderful idea, but just so unnecessary. We see this front attack going on. We see Neck trying to move up this ramp, take out the siege tanks with his stalkers and his zealots, and then we see him doing this warp prism warp and all that good jazz at the back here. And I would like to start off by saying I absolutely like this. I love this tactic. You know, it's just wonderful to see, you know, warp prism usage. You know, casters love this sorts of things. That, you know, great, you know, two-pronged attacks. You know, especially with Protoss. I just said, you know, like 3 times in a row. Anyways, you know, yeah, you do know, Tim. So while I do like the spirit of this attack, just keep in mind what me and Tim were just talking about when we said that when you see no expansion, when you see a Terran turtling up this much, you know, it's just a game sense thing where you just like, well, I'm way ahead. I have an expansion up. You know, my probes are being created. My Colossus is coming out. I got my thermal lance being upgraded. You know, I have 2, or no, he doesn't have +2 yet, but I mean, I have level 2 shield or level 1 shields, level 1 ground weapons. Why do I need to attack? You know, I'm way ahead. So just stay back. There's no point in doing this attack. As cool as this attack is, it's just completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it's very creative play, I agree. And it just hurts so much to watch these stalkers try and barrel down the front with these 3 tanks. Like, I mean, he's not really moving up and shooting, he's just kind of A-moving, but it's just so painful to watch these stalkers just get annihilated up front.
Yeah, so don't get it as the wrong idea. Using these sorts of tactics is a great idea. It's an absolutely phenomenal idea. But using them at this level of play is kind of unnecessary because, like we said, when you have your fundamentals down pat and you know you got your 45 workers made, you have your 2 bases almost fully saturated, like this Terran, no matter what he's going to do, he's just going to die when he comes trying to attack you. So there you go. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Like, this attack is very creative and very cool, but it's just unnecessary, I think, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, Neck was so far ahead right before this attack, and because he made the split-second decision to try and do these funny shenanigans with the Warp Prism, he's actually put himself very far behind on the army count.
Yeah. But, you know, this is where fundamentals comes in, man, especially at the lower levels. You macro good, then doesn't matter what, you're just going to end up winning anyway. You see this Terran only has 23 SCVs, like, nothing. He's got no economy. He doesn't even have another base making. So.
Well, interesting. He's got a nuke. But anyways, let's start up.
Yeah, let's just keep going again. So 3, 2, 1, and let's just watch the rest of this attack. So painful. Stalkers are not good against siege tanks.
Wow, Terran's really throwing everything at him. He's got tanks. He's got banshees.
Yeah, he's doing the Artosis, man. He's taking Artosis advice. You just get one of every unit. There's no way you can counter him, man.
So definitely now the Terran has a huge opportunity for a counterattack. What Neck needs to do, it needs to macro. He needs to just use these warp cycles constantly, trying to make enough units to get the counterattack working. I mean, the Warp Prism's still going at it, stopping his army from moving out, but the attack will come. And even his cute little Colossus coming in.
Yeah, good old Colossus. He tried to do what he can, but Marauders are just too fucking good against Protoss, man. Holy crap.
Definitely. So yeah, if we just look at it, Terran's cleaning it up the base, and oh yeah, if you're ever doing a drop kind of thing, don't really want to warp in a Sentry for DPS. Sentry is like the lowest DPS unit.
Oh yeah, Sentries tickle, man. Yeah. They just tickle you to death. It's awesome.
Alright, so we see the Terran about to move out again. And yeah, all Neck needs to do to win this, he's already way ahead in the economy. He just needs to macro, and he'll take this game like.
Yeah, he'll just stuff this one attack, and then he wins the game. And we're gonna see that Neck does win this game, but it's very interesting end to the game, as you're gonna see later. This is another thing that Tim was talking about, man. When that attack put him way behind, and then he warps in like 5 stalkers at like the bottom of this Terran's ramp, and the only reason that he managed to even get that one tank is because that Terran had his units on just move command, and they weren't attacking the thing.
I love Neck. He's so creative. Look at his cannons at the fullest natural. Terran's
yeah. He's 16-minute cannon rushing the natural, and it sounds like we're laughing at him, but no, it's a cool idea. But it's a cool idea. But like we said, like when you have great fundamentals like Neck does, like Neck has got great fundamentals already. He's already he's got like 48 probes. He expanded and stuff like that. Like he's pretty far ahead in terms of economy. He's just got to kind of just hold on to that lead and not do all this crazy cute stuff like cannon rushing the natural at 16 minutes.
Definitely.
And warp prisms and stuff.
The match is about to wrap up here. Here comes the last Terran's push. An interesting thing, he loaded up his units before he attacked. Yeah, special tactics right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the nuke, right?
And then the nuke in his face in front of the 5 stalkers warping in.
Yeah, so yeah, he's just cleaning it up. All Neck needs to do is clean this up. Oh, he's even got a Colossus harassing the Terran.
Yeah. He's got this Colossus back here, Instructor Colossus. 14 kills, 15 kills, 16, 17, just killing him.
But if Nick had that Colossus back in the base, this attack would have already been...
Oh yeah, this attack would have failed miserably. There's no Vikings or anything. You just needed a few things in front of him to absorb that damage.
Yeah, definitely. So this is about wrapping up the end of the game. So we need to talk about just like one last overview about fundamentals is so important, guys. Like you guys just like at lower tier levels. I mean, even Masters players, Diamonds. I know I still have trouble sometimes making enough probes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it's something you can always work on at any level. And he's already showing great promise with all of his production cycles and even all the harvesters he has. It's great.
And that's the thing, man. At the lower levels, it's just like if you have good macro, everything else will come and you'll just be promoted so quickly. It's unbelievable. Because, at the lower levels, it's a lot of these like really strange one-base timing pushes kind of stuff. There's not too much, expansions going on or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is an epic battle right here at the end. I'm just watching this Stalker versus Marauder. It's just going to town. Holy
now
crap.
He's got cannons to help him. What is this?
Yeah, it's true. If he didn't have those cannons, man, I swear to God that Marauder would have killed those 3 Stalkers. Marauder plus Medevac is just, it's an immortal. That unit should just like change its name to an immortal then.
Yeah, that was a fantastic win by Neck. Like, he played it out really solid. Just needs to work on a few little bit more of those fundamentals. Just refine them. He'll do great. And if I have any closing thoughts, I just think that as a lower tier player, you just need to work on your build order. Build order is so important. Once you get a nice, strong, solid build order that's safe and like good, like for instance, Protoss 3-gate expand, it's just so solid, like you'll become masters just like this.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. It'd be easy peasy, as DRG would say, just easy peasy. Just echoing what Tim said, fundamentals. Your macro, your build order, especially your opening, and just thinking a lot more about your games instead of just kind of being like, oh well, I think I'm gonna make a warp prism. Like I don't know if Neck was thinking that he was gonna be like, oh, this game I'm gonna make a warp prism. Like, it seems like it's just kind of like a spur of the moment kind of thing. just putting some more thought into your game will go such a long way. Like just saying, this game I'm going to do this, and this is what my mid game is going to consist of, and this is what my end game is going to consist of, and then just playing it out and just reacting to your opponent and stuff like that. Because remember, there's something that someone told me is that you're never playing against a race in this game. You're playing against your opponent. While there are certain constraints that gives because of the race that they're playing, you're always playing against someone else who's going to be different from every other person you've ever played. And so you got to stop just doing things as you please and just start doing things based on the certain constraints that your opponent has, I think is a good way to say it.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic ending point, I think. So,
Yeah.
all I gotta say is a special thanks to our co-president, Nick, and
Co-president, thank you. We're coining this. We're making this a term now. It's not vice president anymore, man. It's co-president.
yeah, special thanks to Eddie, special thanks to Nick, special thanks especially to Nick here for submitting his.
Yeah, that's Adam Whiteway, I think. He's the guy who sent in this replay, so thanks so much, Adam, for sending in your replay. And if you want to be featured on the UFT StarCraft Club's Office Hours show that me and Tim are running here, all you got to do is just send in your replay to uoftstarcraft@gmail.com, and we will sort through the vast number of replays that we have. And I'm being sarcastic there, by the way. We don't have that many replays to sort through. So that's all the more reason for you to send in your replay so you can get it casted.
Yeah, it's definitely happening. Send in any videos, any cool moments. Everything. Every video has something to learn from.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. So for the UFT StarCraft 2 Club, this is the Wizard.
And I'm Pikachu.
And we will see you next time.